By a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but not many ends.
What's up? It's Jomboy and Jake Radio. It is May 8th. May the 8th be a good day for you. That was Blur, song number 2. Jake had no idea I had no idea the artist name of that song. So when I saw that Jordan put Blur, song number 2 on the list, I was like, oh, cool. Song I haven't heard before. And then as soon as the first strum, I was like, oh, this is called song number 2, huh? I had no idea.
Yeah, that's good morning, James. Yeah, pretty wild, right? That's a pretty well-known song that you're right. If you saw the title of the song or the band name, you wouldn't think you'd know it. It's a FIFA song. And yeah, I mean, one of the more popular songs in commercials and I mean, a lot of different things. I feel like if you need a good high energy song, boom.
I took a video of you singing this song when we were driving down the Clearwater, Florida, right? Or I don't know where we were going. Fort Myers. No. You have a video of you dancing on Instagram where you throw your hat every woo-hoo.
I throw them for a couple of the woo-hoos, and then there's some thrusts. Yeah, it was back in my
That's one of my favorite of yours.
It was one of my Monday motivation videos back when I was in the fitness game. Well, we'll see if I get.
Call them like Music Movie Monday.
Music Movie Monday, yeah, M3s. We'll see if I get back in that game. You know, the game leaves you, you leave the game. It's tough to say at this point.
Well, that was my favorite one that you did.
It's all right. Thanks. It's good energy, high energy. Exactly kind of what I was going for in those. And how about that? How about song 2?
Good name.
Good name.
Good name.
What should we call this one, boys?
We got a lot of stuff in the sports world to talk about, Jake. Tons of stuff.
Song 2.
But how was your day yesterday? Quick ranking.
Tuesday. Nothing too high, nothing too low. I paid my respects to the Tuesday gods. I watched the first giant thunder lightning sound strike like right outside my apartment that I've seen in Denver, and I have my dog Noodle the Doodle, so it's my first. I think it was his first time seeing some real thunder and lightning like that. So I got to see him be kind of scared, but we hugged it out. We got through it. Yankees walk-off was exciting into a double overtime playoff game 7 in the hockey. Pretty all right Tuesday. Wait,
what happened in the hockey?
Double OT, game 7.
Whoa.
Stars Blues. I
don't know anything that happened in any other sports. I just found out from the chat that Mike Fiers threw a no-hitter.
Yeah. So, there's kind of some crazy sports yesterday. I did some productive things. I mean, for a Tuesday, I did some grilling. This might be my highest Tuesday. I might go 5.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
5.5 is your highest Tuesday ever. Can I go to can I check the tape on this? Your first Tuesday was a 5.5. So you're tying that. You had another Tuesday that was a 5.5. Oh, you had a 6.1 Tuesday.
Wow.
Back on April 16th. And you had a 5.8 Tuesday the week after that. So yeah, you're not even your top 2 highest Tuesdays.
Wow. That's a lot of people measure top 2. So yeah, what about yourself, Jim?
I also did some grilling. I don't really like grilling because
love grilling.
I know. That's why I always have people that love grilling. Like you, if I'm with you, you like being the grill master. My brother-in-law Brett, he usually does it, or my dad. Like I like cooking. I love cooking in the kitchen. I've just never been the grill master because I've always been with people who like love it and I don't
Right.
love it. So I did the chicken. I fucked them up, so I felt bad about that. But made some hot dogs. Summer comes around, I have my first hot dog. I'm like, this is so good. And then you have like maybe I'm gonna have another one today. We'll see where it rides because eventually you're like, I can't eat any hot dogs. These are disgusting. But I had the first
Yeah,
hot dog yesterday, and I was so excited.
Are hot dogs the number one quote unquote meal food that can be good, but you can't eat regularly?
Maybe I don't know. They gross you out.
Yeah, because I mean, I think even after if you're going back to the hot dogs today,
Yeah,
like
because it's so easy to
I
grill
think
it.
tomorrow morning you're gonna be like, probably gonna wait till at least Memorial Day till my next doggy.
Maybe. But I had like diced up onions. I grilled some bell peppers and I put that on hot dog, Chicago style. It was delicious.
Like that.
Yeah. And then the Yankees won on a walk off. I thought they were going to win in 12 innings, so I was wrong there.
Right.
Gio Urshela is a god.
Right. He would never let that happen.
I thought they were going to win the game. I did think they were going to win the game, but I don't know why because there's so much bad that happened in that game, and then they win it.
Yeah, I mean, you throw in the fluke, like a rain delay is always kind of wild card. Like both teams can point back to a rain delay and be like, "That's why we lost." I mean, rain delay. We're creatures of habit. So yeah, there was a little bit of that. I don't know. I thought you and I exchanged a couple texts where you were like, "Yeah, we're going 12 or 13, right?" And I was like, "No." We're probably because at that time I think they were 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and they had they had 3 bad errors, but they only scored them 2 bad errors. And I was like, I think we're just going to look back and say we had a bunch of errors and no hits with runners in scoring position, but game-winning hit, runner in scoring position. So there you go.
Yep. All right. I'm going 6-3.
Nice, dude.
It's a good day. Got outside, did some grilling, got some work done.
Rob
Sure.
Urbanheit?
Haven't been doing anything lately, is what I feel like.
Rob's gonna be so happy I called him 6'3". I think he's 6'2".
Nice. Like there's a lot of stuff that happened in baseball yesterday, so I gotta make some breakdowns. I was just doing Yankee stuff.
Nice.
Gotta go check out this no hitter. Well, we'll get into that later on in the show. Let's go
Get there. Yeah.
Let's go to the tri-state sports. Oh, wrong button. Dumb idiot. The Yankees came back from being down 2 runs in the 9th inning to walk it off versus the Mariners. Gio Urshela is a god amongst men, and DJ LeMahieu is the hit king. Gets it done. They take a 2-0 lead in the 4-game set versus Seattle. The Mets were down 1 run in the 7th and tied it on a Nimmo double, then broke the tie in the 9th when Polar Bear Pete Alonso went deep, Jake, 499 feet deep off ex-Yankee Adam Warren. Edwin Diaz allowed 1 run in the 9th, but they hang on for the win. Go Mets go. 2nd win of May for them. Kyle Lauletta reacts to the Giants drafting Daniel Jones as the latest heir to Eli Manning and says, I know the player I can be. Unfortunately, so do the Giants. 6 days into the lottery for the New York Knicks. Are you getting excited, Jake? When does the clock start making your heart pump a little bit? 2 days? 1 day? Or are you there? Hold it. Let go.
Lottery's the day of.
You don't. So there's no
because you have no control of it. It's not like the fan in you kicks in and you're like, well, maybe if I tweet something cool at Enos Cantor, he'll have a big day today. Like there's none of that.
There's no planning like the draft or dreaming. Like it's just.
They are literally lotto balls. The day of, you start getting nervous. Like, well, however these random little balls land today will dictate the next 10 years of one of my favorite sports teams. Which is bizarre when you say it like that. But, yeah, I mean, less than a week, which is pretty crazy. And then hopefully then it'll be exciting times. And it's kind of at the point for me, like, you fight off daydreaming because you literally can't do it with the odds that are hand for the NBA lottery. Then it's like, well, shoot, let's daydream a little bit because it could be kind of fun, and this will be our last chance to daydream. And then when it happens, it's like, okay, well, what are we doing, boys? So that'll be exciting. That Tuesday, oh my God, it's on a Tuesday. Well, this has been Jomboy Jake Radio. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a 5-star review. Damn, Daniel.
How much does that actually make your mind think something bad's going to happen? More so than before you knew that the lottery was on a Tuesday. Because in my brain, your brain, this is bad news.
It's a twist. It's certainly a twist. It makes me ignore the 14% shot of getting the first pick more and blame it more on Tuesday. I need a top 3 pick. If it's 4 or 5, like I'm going to be pretty truly devastated.
What's the if it's do you want to make any promises? Like if it's a 4th pick, you'll poke a nail up your nose, just like a centimeter up. It won't
just one
do
of
any
the
damage.
fun promises.
Just like a little tiny bit, and then just in the nostril area.
This like USB thing. I'll put just one of these booper things
right up your nose.
Up my nose there.
I can't believe you even would risk that.
That's some Knicks talk. God, that is a little scary. What's up with Loletta?
I think the second issue is that he sucks.
Okay.
And then he got like the DUI, and I think he's got a bad attitude.
Did he get a DUI? I'm blanking on the whole thing. Like, didn't he just get pulled over and he was late or something?
We did it on here. It's crazy what you don't.
That's
remember.
what I guess that's where my mind jumped with the Loletta stuff because people were screaming for him last year. Blah blah blah.
I think he was evading police. Like, no, he almost hit a cop, is what they said. But there was like a roadblock, and he went around the roadblock, and they were like, "Yo, you almost just hit us," and he was like, "Come on."
Yeah, he probably gave them like, "Dude, I'm sorry, I'm Kyle Loletta, I'm on the New York Giants, like I gotta go," and the cop was like, "Oh, tough guy." But I think it's funny, like from that one story, Kyle Loletta has gotten like an absolute horrible reputation. But now I'm remembering like Shermer, the coach, didn't help him at all. Shermer didn't even give him like he's a young guy, it's a mistake. He gave him like you want to be a quarterback, you can't do that. And it's like, well,
I think there's other stuff.
Yeah, you have to assume that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know much, but basically from an odd cop situation and a couple Shermer quotes, we're like, fuck this guy.
Well, remember, Shermer was like, "Why would you think Loletta's next on the list?"
Just
like, oh my God, that was brutal.
Tough look for Lawlets.
Yeah, that was nuts. Did you see this Mets thing? Alonso, 500-foot bomb to take the lead in the 9th.
Alonso's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, and American.
Was yesterday's breaking news. Are you mad it was off Adam Warren? Do you still root for Adam Warren?
Not mad it's off Adam Warren.
Okay.
I like Adam Warren. If he was to do good, I would say, yeah, that's my dude. Adam Warren was always in a weird place where I never thought he had good stuff, but somehow he always pitched well. So when like I hear someone got a 500-foot bomb off him, I just probably think they sat change up and Warren didn't get his change up down. Like I haven't seen the home run, but Warren doesn't tug on my heartstrings. I'll say that. I like the guy, but I didn't feel bad for him.
It's funny because normally there's this like New York stereotype. Like if you pick up a guy, like we're seeing it with Cameron Maybin right now. Well, never mind Gio Urshela. I think Cameron Maybin is the ideal example of like talented guy, kind of at the end of his career, comes to the Yankees with this team right now. He gets some energy and he's playing really good baseball. And you're like, yeah, it's a little New York boost. Like It's fight or flight. Shane Robinson, flight. You were so bad. Cameron Maben comes in. He gets a little boost. He's playing great baseball right now. I think it's funny. Adam Warren, this kind of, I don't want to say as bland as you can be, because I wouldn't want, if I was a bland person, I wouldn't want someone to say that about me. But it's just flatline guy. I think you had some image of him wearing his outfits from like Kohl's, like not a flashy, wears a chain kind of guy. His numbers in New York are like really good. 3.18 ERA in 407 innings. And then everywhere else they're pretty awful. So I think I just find that entertaining.
He's asked to do like everything.
Yeah.
Weird. But anyway, Alonso got him. Good for him. I'm trying to watch the highlight, but my computer won't let me watch it, which is pissing me off.
Pistol Pete.
Sounds like he smashed it. Nimmo with they needed a win. Like Mets needed a win pretty bad.
Yeah.
But to get it in that fashion is nice. Syndergaard had another not great outing.
Syndergaard.
I think it was 6 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Which 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. He's having a bad year. I mean, it's early, Jake. I know it's early, but it's
last start was still really good. He had a Noah, so
last start was the best ever. 5.14 ERA on the season.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not good. Not good. I think that's all. Let's go to the national news. There's more stuff there anyway.
Jomboy, some baseball to open up the national news. A's pitcher Mike Fears throws his second career no-hitter versus the Reds. The Reds have been in the news all week. Derek Dietrich, he's back. There were some really nice plays, too. People love talking about that with no-nos and perfect games. We'll get there. Toronto destroyed Philadelphia. And that was obvious if you listened to the show yesterday, because Papi Gordo told you that. Denver blows out Portland at home. A little bit of a surprise. Proud of my Nuggies. St. Louis Blues win in double overtime over the Stars in Game 7 to advance to the Western Conference Finals. There's some fun St. Louis ties there. And then Jimmy, a little football, Liverpool with a big win for the ages over Barca. 4-0 to advance. That's what they needed to be able to advance with the aggregate score.
Wow. Someone tweeted at me, I wish you liked soccer so I could like get a breakdown or something, because crazy things are happening in Liverpool. That's what it was. They needed. I'd never been more checked out from sports than I was last night. It's pissing me off because a lot of good things happened.
Well, the Liverpool game was like during the day.
Yeah, but I was barbecuing and shit.
Right.
And then the Yankees game took up a lot of my energy. But okay, so they needed 4 goals to advance. Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with the championship, UEFA Championship League, they're in the semifinals, and soccer plays a home and home, and basically they do the aggregate, so they do the score between the games, and if it's tied, they go to road goals. So Liverpool lost the first game at Barcelona 3-0, and it shouldn't have even been that. Liverpool had a couple goals taken away that shouldn't have. It should have been 3-2, which 2 road goals is like huge. So they went in 3-0, and it was like, so Jimmy, they needed to either win 4-0, because if Barcelona scores one, they have the road goal. So even if it was 4-1, so even when Liverpool went up 4-0, like it was still nervous times, even though they had just like completely dominated this game. But yeah, I mean, Barcelona has some stars. They have Messi on their team. They have Suarez. I don't think a comeback of this size had ever happened in Championship League history, and it's Liverpool, which gets a lot of extra love because it's the Beatles' hometown. A lot of our friends are Liverpool people, so it was It was
never walk alone.
It's an all-timer. You'll never walk alone.
How do you do that if you're Barcelona? Like when it's 3-0?
Oh, Jim, and that's actually kind of the best part. So, Liverpool's playing well, even to the point they get it to 3-0. And while it's 3-0, 3-0, or excuse me, technically the aggregate was 3-3. Let me say that again. The game would go to penalty kicks. Liverpool was also without their best player, Mo Salah. More salad, please. And they were, you go to penalty kicks, you don't really know what's going to happen. So, they obviously they've got like 15 minutes to try to get one more. And obviously soccer's this game of momentum, and all sports are games of momentum, Jake. Go fluff yourself. But, dude, they had like almost a trick play corner kick to get the fourth goal.
Oh, really?
It was actually awesome. So ball goes out of bounds for a Liverpool corner kick, and they had a ball guy like right there ready to go at the corner. So everyone's looking at the ball that just like went out of bounds into the stands. And so Liverpool, everyone's moving slow. Like they're going to do a classic soccer like set up for a minute for the corner kick. So they put a ball down. None of the Barca players are looking. And they just send it in like low and hard on the ground. No Barca defenders are near. Liverpool guy one times it, top corner, and like everyone was stunned.
That sounds cool. Because like, how do you let that fourth goal in? Has to be something weird like that.
That was the thing that our buddy Big Evan of Evan & Co., big Liverpool fan, he like, because I was trying to picture like Barcelona Twitter and like, oh my God, Liverpool's doing sneaky stuff to try to beat us, blah blah blah. Like when the trick play happened to the Yankees the other day, the hidden ball trick. But I think the biggest thing that Big Evan said was, you're down 3-0 in a game the one thing you could not do was lose by 4-0, and it's the 80th minute and none of you are looking at the ball. Like, no matter what's going on. Like, yeah. What are you guys doing? So, yeah, they were just fully checked out and blew it. Klopp is a hero for life there. And I think on the other side, I mean, big talking soccer today. The other side of the other side of the UEFA bracket is Ajax versus Tottenham, which Liverpool is going to be favored against both of them. So it's exciting time to be a Liverpool fan.
It's exciting time, dude. I hate Twitter does the thing where when people don't have it on, like, give me the tweet in order, So okay. Twitter does a thing right now where they're pumping out some of my tweets from last night in the game, like now.
Right.
And there's people that are not smart enough to realize that you're getting a tweet 12 hours later.
Right.
And they just respond to my tweet that was before the walk-off and say, like, chill out, we won. It's a walk-off. Calm down. This was fucking tweeted beforehand.
Right.
I hate Twitter. They're like, the main reason why you use Twitter is chronological live tweeting things. And then Twitter just goes and fucks it all up for the dumb people.
Can you set it up that it's chronological?
Yeah, you can change it. But people don't because they don't know that.
Oh, so it's the other people. Okay, gotcha.
But this is like the third one I got today. I get it every day at around 11 to 1. I get that, where people respond to my tweets that were live in the moment tweets from the game before. Like, geez, you're really harping on this. No, it's an old tweet, dumb piece of shit.
Whoa.
My anger's more at Twitter than the person.
We'll do the 2 NBA games because they were blowouts. Toronto, I told everyone this was coming. Kawhi's a beast. Embiid's been sick, and Philly just hasn't been playing great. So it's just going to be a classic. I mean, the next free money is going to be Philly at home game 6 because this whole game was a punt game by Philly. This series is going 7. I didn't realize the Denver series was going to do the same thing. I thought Portland was going to fight a little more. Portland's going to go back and win in Portland. Both these are going game 7. And in a game 7, Jim, anything can happen. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little bit of the hoops. We'll go to the hockey first, and we'll close with the no-no.
I just watched the condensed game of the Stars one, the double OT one. The Stars played like dog shit. Did you watch any of this?
I watched. So I think when the Yankee game ended, there was 2 minutes left in the first overtime. So I watched the end of the first overtime and the second overtime. And so, Jim, a couple cool things here. So the guy that scored the game winner for St. Louis is a St. Louis kid. So that's really cool because the place was just going absolutely nuts. And St. Louis, low-key, really good hockey city. The goaltender for Dallas, Ben Bishop, who played incredible.
Yeah, it was him versus the Blues.
Yeah, and that's I'm glad you're saying that because it leads to a conversation I want to get to. But the other thing that's kind of cool, Ben Bishop is also a St. Louis kid. So this game was in St. Louis. You get a game winner from a hometown kid. You get a goalie that put on an incredible all-time performance. And I think that was kind of the funny thing for Dallas. Like, you didn't see a ton of like sadness and like you saw a couple guys do the deep stare right after they lost because you just lost Game 7. But at the same time, all the Dallas players were like, "Yeah, we got beat. Ben Bishop's the only reason we had a chance in this game."
Yeah. Blues were setting up like they were on a power play. It looks like from what I just watched.
Yeah, and I'll say this: Dallas had some good counters, and the game-winning goal was kind of a nuts hockey goal. The goal goes off the post, off the back of Ben Bishop's head. The puck just sits there right in front of the goal. Big guy comes over and taps it in.
Yeah.
Which and the part that was kind of crazier, the hockey announcers were making it sound crazy, so I'll appreciate it from my goalie background, but the puck goes, a 90-mile-per-hour shot goes off the post, hits Ben Bishop in the head. Ben Bishop was like a second too late because he had to be because he's human. But when it went off the post, Ben Bishop tried to duck his head to get out of the way because he knew it was coming off the post, which that kind of awareness is insane.
Did he? Hold on, I'm gonna watch it again. I just watched it, but that would be crazy.
This was
it's after he get hit. It's after it hits him in the head. He tries to catch it on the back of his neck.
Right, which again is still pretty impressive. Because I think to do that reaction, you have to start moving it before. I don't know. It's so fast paced. But
it hits him in the head, and then he realizes it's up in the air, so he's trying to catch it on his back.
Announcers were giving him a lot of love, saying that he was watching it coming off.
Well, he just lost, so they're probably giving him love. He played a great game.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, and I guess from your highlights, you said the Blues were dominating. Our Avalanche, my Avalanche, or your Sharks are gonna face the Blues in this game. Would you rather, if you thought the Blues were the better team and they had the home ice in Game 7? Would you rather face them or would you rather face the Stars with Ben Bishop playing out of his mind? Because a hot goalie's a hot goalie.
Yeah. I think I'd take the not hot goalie.
Okay. That's what I was interested in because I was going to say, I've never been on the hockey pitch before. When a goalie's hot, does your hockey team have the mentality if we still do our thing, we're going to be able to score? Or is it almost like when Verlander's cruising in a playoff game and you're like, yo, we're fucked for a little bit?
Nah, because a goalie can only do so much. You can still, if you beat the D, if you set up the perfect back door, if a defenseman can leave a great goalie hanging. You can score a goal and everyone's like, that's not the goalie's fault. You know what I mean? But it's harder to do. But you have to set it up perfectly. You want to talk about this no-hitter? I've done some research.
We're ready. What did your research tell you?
There were 2 great catches, Profar and then the center fielder, blanking on his name, made 2 great catches. One was a Rob Laureano.
Probably getting close to my favorite non-Yankee player.
Almost a Rob Tom run. But Chapman fucked him. top fourth, the first person to reach base was on an error, Jake.
That's tough.
It's tough, but it also releases Mike Fiers some pressure because now when he gets deep in a count, well, the perfect game's gone anyway. So he walked 2 batters. He walked 2 batters in the top of the 7th. And I would guess he was just starting to get a little more. I didn't see these walks, but that error by Chapman allows him to not care as much about the walks. But it was a close game. I mean, in the 7th inning, it was 1-0. He walked 2 batters, so maybe not. Good for him. I saw a no-hitter last year in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
It sucks that the A's have such a shitty stadium for these fun moments. I can't wait till they get a new ballpark and it's appreciated and filled. But
one of these days, soon.
So he walked 2 batters in the 7th, and then he comes out and he's got a 2-0 lead and hasn't allowed a hit yet, and goes ground out, deep fly ball, and then pop fly, ground out, strikeout, swinging. Good for him.
Yeah, and he how many strikeouts did he finish with? Did he have, what was it, like 7?
6.
6. So I think that's in the no-hitter land, if you're above 5 strikeouts, I think that makes it look a lot better than like 5 and under. I know that's not a measuring stick, but like if you see a no-hitter with a couple walks and 2 strikeouts, you're just like, all right, dude, you had a very lucky day, my friend. He just crossed the threshold where it's like, yeah, you had a nice day. You had a nice no-hitter, my man. Congrats.
Are no-hitters celebrated too much? I don't want to sound like a grumpy old man, but there's like, can we dogpile no-hitters? Like, at what point do we stop dogpiling no-hitters? I mean, this was the 300th no-hitter. I think the cycle is around the same, and no one like runs out and celebrates with that dude after he hits the cycle. It's a little different. It's a little more trivial. One's the whole game.
Yeah, there's the David Cohn cycle argument where like, cycle's fun, but you'd rather have, 3 home runs in a single. That's a better day. That's a better day than a cycle. No, I don't think the no-hitter goes away. It'll be interesting to see if it gets more prevalent with guys hitting and missing more and taking more walks. As for right now, it's still cool. I think one of the biggest things for me was like growing up, I thought a no-hitter and a perfect game, like perfect game was 1, but like a no-hitter was like 1B. Like but now those are in totally different compartments for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think that might be like, if you're not a huge baseball fan, you're like, oh, perfect game, no hitter. So what? No hitter just means they gave up a walk or there was an error. Like, they are just in totally different boats.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I mean, there's no hitters that are not impressive.
Right.
Because like AJ Burnett's, like, you walk like 6 people, like you can throw a no hitter, and the reason you didn't get any hits is because you had no fucking control and no one knew where you were throwing the ball, which is like impressive that you could last that long. Whatever. Good for Mike Fiers. Is that how you say it? Fiers?
I think it's Fiers, but I've heard Fears as well. But
good for him in Oakland. Yeah. And in Oakland gets all these no hitters. How many foul ball outs did he have? I'd be interested to look at that.
I'll leave that to the R&D team.
I'm gonna go look into that.
Okay.
I don't know how many he had. It didn't seem like a lot on there, but Oakland is imagine what's the least impressive no hitter. If you walk 6 people, you're in the Coliseum, 3 of your outs are foul pops, like in foul territory that doesn't exist anywhere else, and there's 2 errors. Then you lose 4-0. Least impressive no-hitter. I just did it. Maybe I hope to do that one day.
Yeah, I just Googled least impressive no-hitter ever. We'll see what I find.
It might be AJ Burnett's.
92, we've got Matt Young, 8 innings pitched, lost. 2 earned runs, 7 walks, 6 Ks. Also, with those 7 walks, he gave up 6 stolen bases. So yeah, that's a bad one. Edwin Jackson, they're saying, is a bad one. He had 8 walks and a hit by pitch, 149 pitches. I'm still calling that impressive because they won the game 1-0.
How'd they get out all those outs?
So like he almost maybe he had to walk those guys to not give up a run. AJ Burnett on the Marlins has a 9 walk, 1 hit batter.
That's
one.
the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. Doc Ellis with 8 walks. I think that's his famous LSD game. That's a lot of fun. Really fun YouTube video. Google Doc Ellis no-hitter LSD, and it's like this cartoony video. One of the sillier videos on the internet. And then I think another one that pops up: 3 walks, 0 Ks.
What? Who was that?
That's Ken Holtzman, 1969, baby. But he has a good baseball quote after the game, Jimmy, so we like him. He goes, "I had 1 pitch, fastball, and I didn't think it was too fast."
They had to be a getaway day, and they were just swinging. Dude,
I think it was a classic. Wind was blowing in at Wrigley because he's like, yeah, any other day, I think I give up a couple homers.
That's really funny. Edwin Jackson, his one in 2010. It was versus the Rays. Jake, listen, I'm going to read you the innings real quick. I'll go quick. Ready? But this is the opponents: John Jaso, Ben Zobrist, Evan Longoria, Carlos Pena, Matt Joyce. Like familiar names.
Sure.
Strikeout, walk, ground out, walk, wild pitch, ground out. So in that inning was 2 walks and a wild pitch, but no runs scored. Next inning, walk, fly ball, strikeout, walk, pop fly. So 2 walks again in the second inning, no runs though. Third inning, walk, stolen base, walk, walk. So bases loaded, no outs in the third inning. So this is a bad outing. If you're watching at home, you're like,
Currently a bad outing.
Edwin does not have it today. Fly ball, ground out, force out at home, and then another ground out, gets out of that inning unscathed. But in 3 innings, he's walked 7 people. And then I guess from there, he finds it. Strikeout, ground out, line out. 5th inning, ground out, strikeout, ground out. 6th inning, ground out, Melvin Upton, BJ Upton, hit by pitch. Upton steals, ground out, strikeout. In the 7th, 1-2-3 inning, line out, pop fly, fly ball. In the 8th, fly ball reached on error. Cole Crawford steals and gets caught stolen for the 3rd out. That helps. Yeah. There's another out he didn't even record with his pitching. This is the least impressive no-hitter for sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's got to be, right?
It's up there. I've read a few. He got the win, 1-0. I think the guy with the loss, 2 earned runs and 6 or 7 walks, I think that's your loser.
Yeah. All right. You move on to halftime. You got anything going on over there?
No, I've got Noodles asleep. We've got another gray, bad weather day in Denver. That's about it. What's going on over there?
Nothing. Zimmer's sleeping. I think Katie's watching a show. Katie made huevos rancheros for breakfast. I'm hoping there's some extras when we're done recording.
Ooh.
I'm hungry. Nothing, man. Nothing's going on. I prepped a lot of laps from the past stuff yesterday. Just to let you know.
Nice, dude.
For the Instagram. The last from the past Instagram has stuff chalked up. I found like this video of dude, you're gonna like it. It's this all black brigade regiment in World War I in France, just dancing in the middle of the streets of France. Like the regiment had a little dance party. It's crazy because it's filmed in 1918, and they're just like kicking their feet like crazy. dancing shoes.
Dancing, man. Dancing
Weird.
plague.
The dancing plague of 16 something or something like that. But all right, let's move on to the news.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh. Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
A couple ate raw rodent meat for good health and died of the bubonic plague. A Medora temple priest stole an idol 100 years ago, and his grandson has just returned it, fearing the wrath of the gods. A French school was threatened with closure, so 15 sheep have registered. Ugh. A Florida man is about to lose his home over the grass being too long. And a golfer makes a shot from Roosevelt Island to a floating barge, giving New Yorkers free beer. Another man, an ex-Netflix executive, Jake, has raised $1.6 million for liquid death, which is just water in a tall boy can.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Where do you want to go first?
Liquid death. I think I want to go to the 15 sheep registered for classes because I think in this Instagram generation and a lot of people, like their first thought going through their head right now is kind of like the Instagram story when you see like a dog on an airplane and they're like, whoa, got the best boy ever next to me on the plane. Like I'm picturing people going into their first day of class and there's a sheep next to them and they're like, LOL, how ridiculous is my life? Sheep next to me. And then I'm picturing you walking in that class and saying, get that sheep the hell away from me.
Yeah, this story.
That has no business here.
This story, like, it's a joke, right? Like, the school's still going to close. Like, I don't even. Why is this something that's being written about?
I just clicked it. I'm guessing going in that like in the school's rules. How about that? School's rules.
School rules.
It probably says something like, we need X amount of students registered, but it doesn't have anything about like humans or gender or anything. It just says students. So someone was like, well, let's sign up 15 sheep.
Yeah, maybe I think that's it. And I'm an old curmudgeon here. Don't like it.
What if your kids go to this school, there's no other close schools, and this is the school you want your kid at?
Okay, and this actually saves it. I mean, okay, so you're saying there's no bylaw, but anyone in the government would be like, okay, well, I guess we have to make a new law real quick that says humans only, and then they pass that in 2 seconds because it's the easiest law to pass ever, and then the school gets closed anyway.
Yeah.
The video is kind of fun. It's a bunch of school children like cheering on the sheep as they get herded into the school. It's kind of fun.
Right? That's what I'm saying. This is one of the bigger eye-opening moments for me.
Here come your new classmates.
back when I was on that travel work grind was I've got this weird thing that I've said for life that like when I buy a house, I need it to be surrounded by trees. That's like one of the few things that I think I demand in this world. Like I would rather have a lesser house with the tree privacy around it just because like that's kind of where I grew up. It's in the back of my head. Like it's my privacy. I want the trees. Like it's just how it is.
That's how you were raised. Rural.
Exactly. And but I remember I told one of my coworkers that he was a young guy. He was like just starting his family and stuff like that. And he goes, man, you'll think that, and then you realize you start thinking for others. You have kids and stuff, and you want to make sure you get them in the right schools and all that, and other things take priority over the trees and the privacy. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, huh? So even sheep coming to school with your kids, if that's what you think's best for them.
Oh, that's the connection. So if this gets your kid into the school you want, so be it.
You play it as it lies.
Nice. All right. Well, what about this Florida guy who is about to lose his home over the grass being too long? This cuts to a YouTube video, the link we have here. And I think they just want this guy out of they want him out of the community, and they're trying to find ways to get him out of the community. They gave him a
Florida.
$30,000 ticket for overgrown grass on his property, homeowners association.
Yeah, I mean, they just hate this guy. And the grass isn't obnoxious.
No. Homeowners
I don't know. I mean, at a
associations are
certain
pretty
point,
brutal.
what is really going on here?
He's probably got an old house that they want out of the neighborhood because they're trying to spruce it up. And the homeowners association is just, we just got to get this guy out of here. They don't care that, like, you know, it's where he's resided his whole life, maybe. They're just like, nope, we need to spruce up this neighborhood.
Yeah, you wonder how it got there. You wonder why, like, I mean, if they're willing to go to these lengths, like, honestly, have everyone throw in a little bit of money and, like, give him a realtor, and, like, that's incentive to get him out of here. Now you've just made things 1,000 times worse, and this guy's probably going to anchor down and try to stay here as long as he possibly can.
This is what it says. Cities nationwide are imposing fines and fees for petty housing code violations to raise money for their city. Dunedin, I don't know how you pronounce it. Dunedin, Florida, raised 3,400 fines in 2007, and in 2018 they raised 1.3 million. So it's just a new way for towns to make money, is to go around and fine houses for, like, the smallest things. That's so fucked. That's really fucked. I'm not a fan of this. I don't know what side that puts me on politically, Jake.
Right.
And I don't care. I just know that I think that's fucked. You shouldn't be able to just go knock on someone's door and be like, your grass is too long, you owe us $2,000.
Yeah, it's bizarre because it's like it's almost like raising money for the community, but in an awful way. And yeah, man, it's this bizarre. I don't know. Like you and I were talking about earlier, how people are writing Syndergaard, DeGrom, Mets trading them articles to the Yankees. That back in the day, it used to be just like you point at the newspaper, turn to your friend and be like, how ridiculous is this? Now with the internet, everyone's like, wait, this is super ridiculous. And I think that spins over into like all the land owning and property shows that are on TV now. Like there's probably a couple people that are like, oh, I want to sell my house. This guy's got grass up to his ankles. And it's like, I think things just start to spiral, man.
Yeah, well, fuck Dunedin, Florida.
Dunedin. There's a minor league team down there.
You want to talk about this couple that ate raw rodent meat because they thought it was going to give them good health, and they died of the bubonic plague?
It's where Blue Jays spring training is. Yeah, let's talk about it. You're idiots and you died. Darwin. Done.
Yeah. What kind of rodent do you think they ate? Oh, they're in Mongolia. Old Mongolian beef trick.
Yeah.
Marmot. I wouldn't have guessed marmot, which is similar to a groundhog.
Yeah, they're kind of cute.
Haven't people been
if
telling
it's
you
like
that
the
you
only
look like
thing
a
you
marmot?
got to eat, I get it.
No, you don't look like a marmot.
You just say I looked like a marmot. And
I said you don't. You do not look like a marmot. Is what I said.
Thanks, man.
I was trying to find. Thank you. I was trying to find out if you.
The only issue is the marmot is a rodent, so I don't even know why you'd be looking for that.
Well, I saw the marmot and I said, do you look like a marmot? And then I looked.
Right. That's where I got to stop you. That's the problem.
You don't play that game with every animal? Do I look like this?
No. In fact, I don't.
Huh?
And you didn't say, do I look like this? You said me.
Yeah, you don't play that game. Do I? I was talking as if you. I only play it with you. Does Jake look like this animal?
Well,
no.
see, then again, we found it. We circled the problem. Don't eat marmots.
Yeah. If you do, cook them. That's where I'm like blown off. Like if, like you said, what if this is all they had to eat? Like they got fire in Mongolia, so like just cook it first.
So I've got something for you. I mean, does this cross into your germs don't exist thing? Because this could be problematic for you at some point.
No. My germs don't exist thing isn't as this. My germs don't exist thing is for like germaphobes.
Right.
Like Howie Mandel goes on to talk shows, right? And he refuses to shake the host's hand. He does a little fist bump. He puts his hand on the fucking seat when he sits down and gets up. Like, what are you doing, Howie?
Yeah.
You're just being rude.
Yeah.
I
agree.
That's where I'm like, shut up.
Okay.
I want to like send that into those people. Like I want to
not eating marmot.
Don't eat raw marmot.
All right.
But you can lick some things every now and then.
I feel like marmots kind of look like me a little bit.
No, I checked. They don't. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Don't worry. I checked. What do you got on this liquid death? Are you excited to drink liquid death in a can and it's just water?
What is this?
Dude, it's this guy that worked for Netflix. He raised $1.6 million and he is selling door-to-door canned water, calling it liquid death, and the slogan is murder your thirst. I don't want to drink water out of a can. I don't like drinking much out of a can. But I think he's tackling the plastic bottles are bad.
I think we've got a little bit plastic bottles are bad. I think we've got a little bit these will look like beers, but they're water. So you can almost have a cool like these are perfect for water drinkers at bars. Like it just looks like a beer can, which we know has been a popular topic lately. I think we talked about it a little bit. 12-pack of these for $1.83 a can. So I mean, you know, there's bottle of waters out there that cost you $2 normally. So I mean, yeah, this guy has put water in a can and has made a business out of it because of course he has. Backers include the founders of Dollar Shave Club. Is this your guy, Jim?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Like, I don't care about this, but good job. I think he's undercutting the price. I think I saw buying a pack of like 12 is like $1.89.
$1.83.
Now that I have a home base, like I'm in a house here, and I'm
Right.
gonna, for the foreseeable future at least, you know, we have a water machine because I'm a huge water drinker and I need my water to be cold, and I hate Britas because I drink faster than the Brita can actively keep up. Like if I was to have a Brita in the fridge, it would just be nonstop, like twice a day. Fill up the Brita, wait for it to get cold, drink it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have the big water dispenser, like a water cooler. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Water dispenser. I like that.
Otherwise, I'd be buying cases of water.
I Brita. I think if you Brita, but the biggest part of Brita and where things go awry is you gotta fill it up before you go to bed. Otherwise, you're in a tight spot. I'm the only Brita participant in our home, and I like half get it. Like we've got a big one. You fill it up with water, it's kind of heavy, and no one wants to be the two-handed water person. And I feel like my Jess has to do that, so I kind of give her a half out on it. But if you don't remember and you wake up and you see you've got 2 inches level of Brita, you're like, yeah, today's going to be a lesser day.
Exactly. That's my point. And I would always do that. And then I'd just rip out the filter part and just use it as a jug because I don't care about the filter part. I just want cold water. I only lived in one city, lived in a lot of places the last 5 years. Only one city where the water was naturally disgusting. Shout out Davis, California.
Shout out.
It was so gross, man. It was the only place where I was like, fuck, I can't just drink out of the tap here. But everywhere else, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Livermore, Pleasanton, everywhere else, like I just drink straight water. Don't care.
Clean water.
Don't care.
Better the day, it's the better the day. Better the day, better the day.
Bet of the day, bet of the day. Jake, did you win last night?
Yes, I did.
Jake won last night, and I lost. The Raptors blew out the 76ers. He is back on his winning ways. 43 and 39 on the Jomboy and Jake season. I disagreed like a big dum-dum and are now 34 and 49. How about that? Swap some of those numbers, and they're similar. What do you got for us tonight, Jake?
How about that? What do I have for you tonight, Jimmy James Jomboy? You know what, Jim? I think let's not be coy with this one. I wanted it last time. I got soft on it. The writing has been on the wall. This one's pulling at my heartstrings, Jim. You know what? I'm doing it. We're going to Boston, Milwaukee, Jim. NBA playoffs been hot there.
Is it in Boston?
It's in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Milwaukee is up 3-1 in the series. If they win this game, they win the series in Milwaukee. If not, they have to go back to Boston for another game, which they don't want to do. Boston is in shambles. All the quotes on the internet yesterday was that Kyrie Irving's teammates should be willing to help pack his boxes so he can get out of town. Milwaukee has
Who said that?
Jalen Rose.
Okay.
That's what level it's at, Jim, in Boston. Like Boston.
That's a Skip Bayless quote.
A little bit. I mean, it's for a TV show for sure, but that's people like Kyrie is getting slaughtered on the Boston internet. And I think half rightfully so. I think half rightfully not. Everyone's ignoring that Tatum and Brad Stevens are a lot lesser than everyone hyped them to be. Milwaukee won the last two in Boston. The last game in Milwaukee, they won by almost 20. If Milwaukee gets any sort of lead above 8 points in this game, I think it just all comes unwrapped for Boston, and I think it's going to happen.
All right, I think that Milwaukee's going to win tonight because it's kind of a must-win for them.
Right.
It's not a must-win at all, but you want to just end it.
It's just the whole thing. You have to go back to Boston, and then if they win on their home court, which they can, then you have to do a game 7. It kind of is a must-win.
It's very much not, but it's like it's an emphasis. Let's fucking win this. So
Right.
I think Milwaukee's going to come out and win it. But what's the line?
It's 9 points.
Yeah, because here's what my brain just did, and I don't know.
Right.
If Milwaukee, and I think this is what you were saying, if Milwaukee gets up big, the Celtics are just going to die.
I mean, even if they get up like a little bit, and this is official. This is Giannis's official welcome to the world. I'm about to take down the Boston Celtics with Kyrie Irving and a guy who's supposed to be the best coach in the league, basically by myself. So I think even though 9's huge, I think that's just a mental hurdle that you see 9 points in a playoff game that you're like, well, that seems like a lot. But I think if you actually consider what's going on here, I think Milwaukee just rolls. End of Kyrie in Boston. Milwaukee -9.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
I'm in agreement. Now I can easily see the Celtics covering but not winning.
Right.
But I just agree with you.
It's a storyline.
It's a storyline. My name's Jake Story, and I look like a marmot.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to listen to Blur's? This is a new segment. Let's listen to Blur's second most famous song. It's called Girls and Boys. You think it's anywhere as good as Woohoo?
I'm gonna say yes. I think Blur has enough. I think they've got another half song after their one hit.
Do you think we will recognize this song?
I'm not gonna say that. No. I was wrong.
You recognize it?
No, it's not a good song though. I can
Yeah,
already tell.
You haven't heard the song's music yet.
Oh, I'm hearing it.
It definitely sounds like a video game. This is video game week. This sounds like old 2D video game. Like, just think of a character like Sonic going across the
Right,
screen.
but like 2D video games are going back like 2D video games are going back like 30 years now.
That's what this is like, though.
I know.
Yeah, the garbage song. Same band that made that song made this song. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Thank you, guys. We will be back tomorrow with another episode of Jomboy and Jake Radio. We will see you then. Woohoo!